All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome into the show. This is my first time actually streaming on Twitch, so welcome. And welcome me to Twitch. We got a really good show for you today. My name is Noah. This is On The Real Podcast. We're going to be talking about movies, movie news, all that good stuff. So if you are here and you are enjoying the show so far, I know this is great, right? Like the video, like everything, comment. I don't know what you do on Twitch. What do you do on Twitch? You subscribe? You subscribe, right? Do that, and if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel as well. How's everybody doing today, man? There's a fly in here. How's everybody doing today? I am very appreciative of really everything today. Because like I said, for the last, maybe 2-3 episodes, it's getting busy. It's getting very busy for the life of movies. We're heading into the summer of movie season, and honestly, I think it's more exciting than like the holiday season. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think about that. But yeah, I think summertime, like May, June, July, and August, those blockbusters to me are the biggest for sure. And I think holiday season is just right there, right behind it. But you know, you never really know. Sometimes, I don't know, who knows? Avatar could be huge this year. And look, we're gonna keep talking about some movies, man. Enough about all that. I want to start off with one thing, and it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, so just bear with me, okay? Now, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's literally in my top 5, I believe. Yeah, something like that. I haven't really updated my top 5 list, but somewhere in my top 5 is a very weird movie that a lot of people don't understand when I say it, but my generation of human beings, they kind of understand it because this movie is great and those people are very smart. Of course, I am talking about the movie, the classic, the perfect film, High School Musical 3. I know. Trust me, I know what you're thinking. Why is High School Musical 3 there? I don't know either, except I do. Except I do know why. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons for why this is not only just a great movie, but this is the best of the High School Musical trilogy. Now, I'm a huge fan of High School Musical 3. I'm also a huge fan of High School Musical 2. I am also a huge fan of High School Musical. The whole franchise in general, minus the TV show. We don't talk about that one. Actually, you know what? The TV show wasn't that bad. It's not terrible. Okay? But it's not High School Musical. High School Musical is literally like one of my gemstones as a child. I remember in 2005 sitting on my rug in the living room. We're all eating family dinner, and I forced everybody to change the channel to High School Musical because it was the premiere of High School Musical. I don't know how at 5 years old, I don't know how I knew that there was going to be a premiere, but I did because I barely even remember anything from my childhood. And this was one of those big moments, man, because this is the first this was the first time I fell in love. Right? This is the first time I fell in love. This is the first time I saw her for the first time. We'll get into that later. So yes, here are the reasons why High School Musical 3 senior year is the best of the trilogy. Reason number 1. Just want to be with you. Arguably the best song that has come from High School Musical. Now, you can argue with me. There are definitely really good songs. Bet on It, Scream, which we will talk about. The classic We're All in This Together. You got Breaking Free. Like, there's a bunch. There's a bunch. Fabulous. There is a bunch. But in my humble opinion, Just Want to Be With You is a masterpiece, and it's a crime that this song is only like 2.5 minutes long. It is an absolute crime. This is just like the perfect song for kind of the semi-climax of the film. It's not the last song, but it's the climax, right? This is where the movie comes to a conclusion with Just Want to Be With You. So yes, reason number 1, Just Want to Be With You. It's a pretty damn good reason. Number 2, Kenny Ortega. Now, I will argue because Kenny Ortega, he is the choreographer and he's also the director of all three High School Musical movies, but I would, make the case that he does his best work here on High School Musical 3 because this is a big movie. This is a theatrical released movie, and you can also argue that all three High School Musical movies are basically the same, right? Troy is struggling with basketball versus, his love for singing, and then Gabriella walks away. So yeah, and then she comes back, and then they do the musical. That's basically what all three High School Musical. However, this third one, it's got layers, man. It's got layers, and it's all because of this man. It's got some layers, It's dealing with the themes. I cannot believe I'm talking about High School Musical 3. It's so funny. But yes, Kenny Ortega did a lot of character work in this. I love the fact that he took it seriously because it's a real movie. This is a real film. I don't know what else to tell you. Kenny Ortega is like what George Lucas is to Star Wars. He is that to High School Musical. Like, there's no doubt about that. So, of course, I had to put Kenny Ortega as my number 2 reason for why High School Musical 3 is the best. All right. My third reason. Like, I don't have to say anything. One more time. Look at run it back. One more time. Reason number 3. And now let's go on to reason number 4. Okay. Reason number 4. Scream. Scream gets its own reason here. This is the culmination of Troy's arc. This is so ridiculous. This is the culmination of Troy, his arc throughout the High School Musical 3. Excuse me. Not just High School Musical 3. The entire High School Musical trilogy. This is the culmination of everything that he's been struggling with inside. It's burning inside so bad that he has to scream. I don't know where to go. What's the right team? I want my own thing. So bad I'm gonna scream. I can't choose. So confused. What's it all mean? I want my own thing. So bad I'm gonna scream. Yeah, it hurts. Something else. I don't know all the words. And it's something in the crowd. Is it her? Is it love? Like, come on, bro. Like, it's just, number one, the cinematography. Inception, actually, it's confirmed that Christopher Nolan watched High School Musical senior year, saw that, and was like, I gotta do something about this, and made Inception. Look it up. That's true. That's a true thing. True story. So Scream is definitely one of the best songs. I think it's probably my number 2 favorite of all the songs in High School Musical history. And this is just the culmination, and it's perfect. The balls are basketballs. The balls are, dropping. Basketballs are fucking flying from the ceiling. Can I say the F word on Twitch? Uh-oh. Was that a slip up? Uh-oh. Can I say that? I don't know. All right. Hopefully that doesn't get shut down. But Scream is like literally the best. One of the best songs. There's no doubt about it. It's better than Bet on It. It is better than every song in High School Musical 1. Like, I will die on that hill. Scream. Okay. That's reason number 4. And the final reason, my final reason, is her again. she gets two. She gets two reasons. She really gets two reasons. And what can I say, man? Vanessa, I've been in love with you since I was 5. Never went away. Never went away. Even when you married Cole Tucker. He plays professional baseball. So what? I mean, I stream. What's up? Like, I could have made you happy. Whatever, man. Your loss. Whatever. Yeah, man. So look, all seriousness, High School Musical 3 is really one of my favorite movies of all time. And High School Musical 3 is definitely the best of the trilogy. What do you guys think about this, though? If you guys are High School Musical fans, probably not a lot of you are. But if you guys are just like me, if you love High School Musical, let me know what your ranking is. I really think it gets better with every single movie. I think it's High School Musical 3, High School Musical 2, High School Musical 1, but they're so close to each other. So, a little bit of a random first topic, but yes, let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comments section. Alrighty, everybody. Now let's get into some serious journalism. Okay, we're gonna kind of tap into some good, journalism. Really, I mean, I don't really know what else to call it. So, yeah. If you guys were around this week, you know that Thunderbolts has been getting, rave reviews. It has been, you know what? Actually, I don't even want to talk about that yet. Let's not talk about that. That's our main topic. Our first real topic. Excuse me. Sorry for the confusion. Now, James Gunn is doing a brand new DC universe. He is spearheading this universe, but before he did that, before he accepted that job, he did a couple projects for the DC EU, for the old cinematic universe, and that included something called Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad. I loved both projects. Peacemaker was a breath of fresh air. It was a really nice, fun little show. I believe it was like 6 or 7 episodes, something like that. Really easy to watch. John Cena is amazing in that, and also the character arc in there. You didn't even expect that out of a character from, Suicide Squad and someone with a metal toilet bowl on his head. Like, he's supposed to be a ridiculous character, but at the same time, John Cena and James Gunn did so well molding this character into something that's great. And Suicide Squad also did that. The Suicide Squad was a really good movie. I think it's one of the better DC EU movies. And yeah, so James Gunn, he did terrific work. I don't know what word I was trying to say. He did terrific work with the character of Peacemaker. Well, today we have officially seen season 2's trailer. And I watched it maybe about an hour ago, and it was really good, man. It was really good. Now, something that's really interesting about this is that they're blending elements of this new DC universe with Peacemaker. And it was kind of odd because the Suicide Squad, it kind of stood on its own. So yeah, we're in a weird pickle here because the Suicide Squad and season 1 of Peacemaker technically is in the DC EU, the DC extended universe, the old DC. So, with season 2 coming around, and then you have in the first minute of the trailer, you have Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern in there. And then you have Maxwell Lord, played by Sean Gunn. And then you have, I believe that was Hot Girl. You have those 3 characters in there, and they're also in the Superman trailer, or they're in Superman. And I believe Maxwell Lord is in Superman. But yeah, I don't know the timeline. I don't know what we're doing here. Now, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a deal when you think about it, because there's some like I said, the Suicide Squad kind of stands alone by itself anyway. So you really don't need to explain too much, because it stood we're all smart, right? We can deduce the fact that, oh, Viola Davis played one version of this character, and in these movies and this show, it's still Viola Davis, but it's kind of a new continuity. I feel like we can get to the bottom of that. I'm just a little bit confused because I not even confused. I'm just intrigued at how they explain that, and like how they explain that to the wider audience that don't spend a lot of time on YouTube and movie commentary and superhero commentary and stuff like that. So I'm curious. I'm curious to see how they handle that. Regardless, that's not even the biggest issue. Okay, really, the main goal of the series is to be a good story. I feel like that's what James Gunn is focusing on when it comes to DCU projects. His new DC universe is just good stories. And I feel like he had a good story for Peacemaker Season 2, which I don't know. I didn't see the show yet. I just saw the trailer. But it seems like he has a pretty good story for Season 2 of Peacemaker, and that's why this show is happening. So now he just has to kind of weave it in. And it brings up a big question on what is he going to do with like the properties that he does want to keep. We have a Amanda Waller show coming, which is, starring Viola Davis, like I said, and it's pretty much picking up on the continuity of Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad. But are they ignoring the 2016 Suicide Squad? That I don't know, because in that movie, you also had Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag. So he came back. So what's the continuity? Do you see where I'm coming from? Like the confusion is there, but to me, I also don't see it as a huge issue, and I'm just curious on how they're going to handle that. So yeah, Peacemaker Season 2, it looks very, very good. The soundtrack already looks amazing, sounds amazing, I mean. And I'm just excited to see John Cena tackle this character again because, as stated before, he has done really good character work with this. There's one episode in Season 1 where he's like laying down and listening to like a childhood record that him and his dead brother, used to listen to. And to me, that is really good character work, and he performed that perfectly. He even played the piano in the first one perfectly, and it's a great role for John Cena. So I'm happy to see him. He is currently heel. He is currently the champion right now. That's a discussion for another day. But am I excited to see Peacemaker Season 2? You're absolutely right. Am I intrigued to see what the future holds for DCU? You are absolutely right. So let me know what you guys think about this down below. Peacemaker Season 2, the trailer has released, and it looks really good, man. It's coming out on Max in August. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Go ahead and write your opinion down there. All right, everybody. Now, let's switch over to some Marvel Cinematic Universe news. Enough with the DCU news. So Spider-Man is pretty much my favorite hero of all time. I have a DVD cover just sitting there from when I was a kid, Spider-Man. He is my favorite hero. I have a Spider-Man lamp. I got a bunch of Spider-Man shit. So can I say that on Twitch? Oh my God. So Spider-Man is currently in production right now not in production, but in pre-production for Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's the follow-up to Spider-Man No Way Home, and they just announced a new cast member, and it's running some headlines. So Liza Colon Zayas from The Bear. If you guys have not seen The Bear, she is absolutely wonderful in The Bear. Season 3, it's okay so far that I've seen, but yeah, she's a wonderful addition to that show, and I feel as though she's going to be a wonderful addition to this movie. Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out on July 31st, 2026, so we are roughly a year away from this, and we are roughly 9 months away from getting our first look, and we're roughly 6 months away from getting the leaked posts, the production posts, production photos, stuff like that. So this movie's happening, man. This is being directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, and we don't really know what to expect about this. The title kind of insinuates that we're starting from scratch. It kind of insinuates that we're starting from scratch, and after the events of No Way Home, when everybody is forgetful, super forgetful of Peter Parker, and he moves into a new apartment. So it's looking very, 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 very much like we're gonna get. Let me pull up the picture here. We're gonna get Miles Morales. There's a lot of rumors that she could be playing Rio Morales, and I think that casting fits really well. However, we also have to admit she's casted, and she possibly could not even be playing anywhere close to that. For all we know, she could be playing her character from The Bear, and it's a crossover episode. Like we do not know, but the fan in us clearly wants her to be Rio Morales, Miles Morales' mom. So yeah, would I be happy with that? Of course, absolutely. That's why I'm talking about it right now. But we have to keep our expectations at bay, because we've done this before. You know, like in Spider-Man No Way Home, the principal, not the principal, what was she? Like the superintendent or something at one of the colleges that Peter and MJ and Ned were trying to get into, and they all got denied. And Spider-Man saved her from Doc Ock. You know, we all thought, or there was speculation that she could be like MJ's mom, playing MJ's mom or something like that, or I don't know. So there's speculation on every single casting. However, this one does seem to make some sense, and I will say that I would love to have her play Miles Morales' mom. And if that's where we're going, because, you know, Tom Holland has also talked about wanting to kind of retire the character of Peter Parker and introduce Miles and then pass the baton on to him. He's talked about that numerous times, and you know, just not, I don't have any insider information, but just from a hunch, it kind of seems like that's what they're doing with this new trilogy, especially when you take into account, you know, the Spider-Man PS4, the video game, and how that played out, and then Spider-Man 2, and then the Spider-Man Miles Morales game. So maybe they're following in some footsteps of that. You don't know. We don't know really anything about this show. I mean, this movie. So right now it's purely speculation, but this is a great casting. She is a wonderful actress. Let me know what you guys think down below of Liza Colon-Zayas from The Bear getting cast in Spider-Man Brand New Day, potentially as Miles Morales' mom, Rio Morales. Let me know down below in the comment section. Alrighty, everybody. With that being said, we have a couple more topics to talk about, but we are going to take a quick little break to thank a sponsor of the channel. I actually don't have a sponsor of the channel, but if you are open to wanting to sponsor the channel, hit me up, man. We're doing sponsorships. I can read really well at like a 5th grade level, I think, last time I checked. All right, I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna refill my drink, and we will be right back to talk about our final topic: the Thunderbolts director getting a brand new Marvel project. Be right back. All right, people, I am back. So let's go ahead and jump into our final topic today. It is about the Thunderbolts director. Now, Thunderbolts came out like earlier. What was that? A week ago? Came out a week ago. We're headed into its second weekend, and we're gonna see how it does at the box office. However, the critic reviews are fantastic. And I watched it twice. I do want to watch it for a third time, but I loved this movie. And what they did with the team dynamic, what they did with the character work, and the writing was sharp. And, you know, I feel as though this was a really big win that Marvel needed. And you know what? Marvel took that win and said, hey, Jake Schreier, director of Thunderbolts, do you want to do an X-Men film? And that's apparently what's going on right now, as Jake Schreier is currently in talks to direct the Marvel Cinematic Universe's X-Men film. I think this is wonderful. I think Jake Schreier is a great director, not only for the Thunderbolts, but if you have seen this Netflix series starring Steven Yeun and Ali Wong titled Beef, that was really good, and it was also about characters. And, well, everything's about characters. You know what I mean? It has a lot to do with character work. So, I think this is a match made in heaven, to be honest. Now, let's talk about the pros, okay? Jake Schreier, he already has a lot of experience handling, he has a lot of experience handling a team. So a team aspect. And if we're being honest, we're taking all of our pros really from the Thunderbolts, because that is a superhero franchise. That's a Marvel movie. We're going to be taking that from that. So Jake Schreier is really good with balancing characters, not Taskmaster, but balancing characters. And we saw that in the Thunderbolts. One of the biggest pros for me of the Thunderbolts was the direction of clearly Jake Schreier, but the pacing. It was a two hour, like 15-minute movie, something like that, I believe. And it felt really good. It felt kind of slow, but when you realize that that's what he was going for, the pace of it was like pretty much perfect for the story, because the story, it is like a linear chain of events that happens, and then all culminates in the end. I'm not going to spoil the end, but it all culminates at the very end. So I felt like it was paced really well, and I think that that's something that X-Men needs too. They really need to hone in on a singular story, because this Thunderbolts movie does a lot to set up the future of the MCU, but it doesn't feel like that. You get those bits at the very end, like an old Marvel movie. And what Jake Schreier, did for the Thunderbolts was he focused on this singular story about these characters. And I feel like that's what X-Men needs, especially after the last couple outings of X-Men. It wasn't great. I mean, X-Men Apocalypse was not good. I did not like X-Men Apocalypse. And then Dark Phoenix was also not good. So you kind of need a win. If you want to, you can kind of look at the New Mutants, but I never watched it, so you guys have to let me know what you guys think down below of the New Mutants, because I've never seen it. So let me know. Should I watch New Mutants? Should I react to New Mutants? Please don't say it. Please don't say it. Please don't say yes. Please. So yes, okay. Jake Schreier, I feel as though he can do a very good job balancing the characters, because let's look at the characters, man. Just in this picture right here, you've got Magneto, you've got Storm, you've got Wolverine, Charles Xavier, you've got Quicksilver down there, you have Mystique. So you have to balance those, and those probably aren't even the characters that they're really going to focus on in the X-Men. Like, I don't think Wolverine is going to be in this first iteration of X-Men. I don't think Quicksilver is going to be there, because we already have an MCU Quicksilver, and he's dead. And then, Storm is like a really big possibility. You got Mystique. I don't think she's going to be like a part of the X-Men, like how they did in X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past, X-Men Apocalypse. I don't think they're going to do that. So it really just depends on the team, but it doesn't matter what team they get, because Jake Schreier was able to make a really good film with a team consisting of 3 super soldiers, someone who could phase through walls, Bob. And Taskmaster, of course, you know, Taskmaster. She was great in the movie. It's really good. Like an Oscar winning performance. Yeah, so like I don't see a con here, really. I mean, you could really say that he's inexperienced, but after Thunderbolts, I don't know if you can even call the man inexperienced. Yes, it's one movie, but that one movie that he made was really, really good, at least in my opinion. So Jake Schreier, he is currently in talks to direct MCU X-Men. I am very curious because we haven't really gotten a lot of updates on this X-Men. This is the first piece of news that we've gotten from this X-Men franchise since the script was written. And I don't know when that script was written, like a few months ago, but we're slowly getting like news again on, and we're slowly getting like a glimpse at what the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to look like. And that's weird because it hasn't felt like that in a really long time. Like we have post-credit scenes that are unresolved still from 2021. It is 2025, and we are already getting into Avengers Doomsday, Spiderman, Avengers Secret Wars, Fantastic Four. Like we're getting into the big hitters of Marvel, and we have so many like smaller stories that don't really culminate to what we're doing right now. And yeah, you can kind of feel that. But if you were here for a previous episode of the show, I mean, we talked about how Marvel is focusing more on quality over quantity, and you know, the storytelling aspect is coming back. Thunderbolts has a really good post-credit scene that actually gives you insight to what's coming up next, and we haven't gotten post-credit scenes like that in a really long time. So yeah, look, am I cool with Thunderbolts director Jake Schreier being in talks for an X-Men movie? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I understand though if someone has some, you know, some feelings about it because he is a first-time director. However, I will say James Gunn, he wasn't a first-time director, but he was a very not known director, and he did Guardians of the Galaxy, and everybody loved Guardians of the Galaxy. So you never know, man. Thunderbolts director Jake Schreier, he is in talks to direct the X-Men Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section though on that. Who would you rather have? Or do you think this is a match made in heaven just like I do? Let me know in the comments down below. Alrighty, everybody, and that is going to do it for the show. I really appreciate all of you who tuned in, which was like one person maybe. But if you're watching the replay on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe, comment down below on all of the stuff that we talked about today. Turn on those post notifications so you never miss another upload. We're going to be talking about movies all summer, guys. It is like one of the greatest times to be a movie fan. And yeah, I want to talk to you. I want to start a discussion on movies and stuff. I want to get your guys' opinions, so make sure you leave those down below. Alrighty, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. It's been real, and I will see you in the next episode. Stay tuned for that, okay? All right. Have a good one, guys. Appreciate you.